Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Whether you are a school or college student, work in an office, or are simply trying to learn spoken English, this video will be helpful for all of you. Today we are going to talk about something that can be tricky for many learners of English, commonly confused words. These words might seem similar, but they have completely different meanings and uses. And in this video, I'm going to explain you the difference so you can speak more clearly, confidently, and correctly. Let's dive right in. Loose or lose. What's the difference? So this with two O's is an adjective. Adjective is a quality of something. So this word loose means something which is not tight, something which is loose. Like my new dress is quite loose. It's not tight, it's loose. So something which is opposite of tight is loose with double O. Now lose. Lose is a verb. Verb means action. So when an action is taking place, then you can use the word lose. There is a difference in the pronunciation also. Here we are ending with the Z sound, lose, and here we are ending with the S sound, loose. Now, first meaning, to misplace something. Like she's always losing her car keys. She's always losing her car keys. Like, oh, I lost my keys. So that lost is past form of this lose. She's always losing her car keys. To misplace, कोई चीज खो देना. First meaning is this. Next is to fail to win or to fail to succeed in a game or a competition anywhere. Like if we lose this game, we are out of championship. अगर हम इस game में हार जाते हैं, तो we will be out of this championship. If we lose this game, again, India lost the game. We say it like so that lost is past tense of this lose. Next meaning is to have less of something that you had before. आपके पास कोई चीज पहले थी और अब वो चीज कम है, वहां पर भी we use the word lose. Like I'm losing my hair or she's trying to lose her weight. So here this lose will not come, but this lose will come. So she's trying to lose her weight. I'm losing my hair. In all these scenarios, the word lose will be used. Also remember, as this is a verb, we can use the past form and future form of this. We can say I lost or I will lose. But here, as it's an adjective, there is no past form or future form of this. Next is complement and complement. But look at the spelling carefully. There's a difference. Here, I is used, whereas here, E is used. And this one letter difference makes a huge difference. So, the word compliment with I means to praise someone, to say nice things about someone, तारीफ करना. Like, she complimented me on my shirt. She praised me for the shirt I'm wearing. वो मेरी shirt की तारीफ कर रही थी. Whereas the word compliment with E means to complete or enhance something, to make something better, to make something perfect. Like, for example, your shirt really complements your personality today. So, the person is having a good personality, and the shirt he is wearing even enhances, even makes his personality look better. So, this example is for enhancement. When you are trying to say that one thing is completing another thing, you can say, like, for example, have you ever looked at them? How beautifully they complement each other. Means that couple, they both complement, they both complete each other in different ways. This also means to add something. For example, you must have heard in a restaurant or a hotel, the breakfast is complimentary if you stay here. तो हम ये breakfast आपको क्यों दे रहे हैं? So that आपका जो stay है वो और better हो जाए. So compliment with I means to praise someone, and compliment with E means to perfect something or to complete something. Now, these two words. Here, I believe the main problem is not with the meaning of these two words but with their pronunciation. I'm sure I'm right, but I'll explain you both the meaning and the pronunciation. Let's see. This is desert, desert. Registan, desert. Desert is an area which is often covered with sand or rocks, which has very little rain and does not have many plants. So, a desert. For example, he was lost in the desert for 2 days. He was lost in desert, in Registan, in that sandy area for 2 days. You have to remember, this is desert. जो हम खाते हैं वो desert नहीं होता है. This is desert. Now this is dessert. Dessert. You have to speak after me. I'll pause. I'll take a pause after I say and then you repeat it. Dessert. Dessert. Say it after me. D. It starts with D. Dessert. So dessert is a sweet food taken after a meal, right? Sweet food, वो जो हम खाने के बाद मीठा खाते हैं, that is a dessert. For example, I had a piece of cake for dessert. मैंने केक का एक पीस खाया for dessert. So dessert is a sweet and desert is that sandy, rocky land where there is hardly any rainfall and where there are not much plants. So that's a desert and this is a dessert. Okay, now these two words, tell me very honestly in the comments, क्या ये words आपको भी confuse करते हैं? Have you ever thought about whether it's advice or advice? Have you ever thought about it? Please let me know in the comments. But there are so many people, in fact, native English speakers also sometimes wonder whether it's this or this. Let's learn the difference in their meaning, pronunciation, and usage today. This is advice. लास्ट में हमको स का साउंड लेकर आना है. एडवाइस, एडवाइस. जहां पर सी है वहां पे हमको एडवाइस लेकर आना है एंड जहां पर एस है वहां पे हमको जेड का साउंड लेकर आना है. एडवाइज, एडवाइज. अगर आप प्रोनाउंसिएशन में थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन भी हो तो चलेगा, बिकॉज व्हेन यू स्पीक दीज वर्ड्स, व्हेन यू स्पीक फ्लुएंटली, no one is going to notice how you said it. But the problem is when you write an email, when you're writing, when you're using these words in written communication, then that's a problem. तो मैं आपको बहुत अच्छे से मीनिंग बताने वाली हूँ और मैं आपको एक टिप भी देने वाली हूँ, ट्रिक बताने वाली हूँ जिससे आप ये दो वर्ड्स में कंफ्यूजन कभी करोगे ही नहीं. See, firstly let's understand the difference. Advice is a noun. नाउन क्या होता है? वर्ड, नेम, किसी चीज का नेम, जैसे कैट, डॉग, फैन, मोबाइल, वीडियो, दीज ऑल आर नेम्स. तो एडवाइस भी होता है, नेम होता है. किस चीज का नेम होता है? इट्स अ नेम फॉर अ सजेशन और अ रिकमेंडेशन अबाउट समवन, लाइक उसको क्या करना चाहिए. जब आप ये बोलते हो कि व्हाट शुड अ पर्सन डू, आप किसी को समझा रहे हो, उस नेम को, वो जो आप एक्शन कर रहे हो किसी को राय देने का, ये जो आप काम कर रहे हो, उसके नाम को, उसके नाम को बोलते हैं एडवाइस. सो इट्स अ सजेशन और अ रिकमेंडेशन अबाउट व्हाट समवन शुड डू. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, शी गेव मी अ गुड एडवाइस ऑन हाउ टू इम्प्रूव माई इंग्लिश. उसने मुझे एक अच्छा सजेशन दिया ऑन हाउ आई कैन इम्प्रूव माई इंग्लिश. मतलब एडवाइस वर्ड का सिनोनिम सजेशन भी होता है. सो शी गेव मी अ गुड सजेशन, शी गेव मी अ गुड एडवाइस. ये हो गया हमारा एडवाइस. नाउ एडवाइज, एडवाइज इज अ वर्ब. वर्ब क्या होता है? एक्शन वर्ड. मतलब ये जो था ये सजेशन है और जो सजेशन देने का जो मैं एक्शन कर रहा हूं, एडवाइस देने का जो मैं एक्शन कर रही हूं, उसको मैं बोलती हूं एडवाइज. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एडवाइज यू टू स्टडी रेगुलरली इफ यू वांट टू इंप्रूव. हाँ, आप एक, अब मैं जो आपको ट्रिक की बात कर रही थी मैं आपको वो बताती हूँ. आप इस एडवाइज वर्ड की जगह सजेशन लगा के देखो. आई सजेशन यू टू स्टडी रेगुलरली. क्या ये सही साउंड कर रहा है? नो, इट डज नॉट साउंड राइट. आप ये बोल सकते हो I suggest you, but can you say I suggestion you? No. Now come here. She gave me a good advice. She gave me a good suggestion. Does suggestion sound right here? Yes. So if you can replace the word with suggestion, then it is advice with C. And if you can't replace the word with suggestion, then it is the word advise with S. One more difference is, as it is verb, तो इसका past tense हो सकता है, future tense हो सकता है, like she advised me, he advised me, और I will advise her to work hard. मैं उसे एडवाइस करूंगी, मैंने उसे एडवाइस किया था, इसका पास्ट टेंस हो सकता है, लेकिन ये नाउन है. जैसे फैन, कैन आई से फैन? और फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम रिकॉर्डिंग दिस वीडियो ऑन माई mobile. So can I say mobiled? I can't say these words because these are nouns. Similarly, I can't say advised. I can't add D after CE. Also, I cannot say I will advise him because again it's a noun. तो जब आपको कोई, आप किसी को सजेशन वर्ड आप जहां पे यूज करना चाहते हो, वहां पे आप यूज करो एडवाइस. जहां पे आप सजेस्ट वर्ड यूज करना चाहते हो, वहां पे आप बोल सकते हो एडवाइस. आर यू गेटिंग द डिफरेंस? आई एम गिविंग यू एन एडवाइस. यहां पे मैं नाउन, मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ जैसे आई एम गिविंग यू एन एप्पल, वैसे आई एम गिविंग यू एन एडवाइस, तो यहां पे सीई आएगा. अब एक्शन की बात करते हैं. शी स्लैप्ड मी और शी हग्ड मी. तो यहां पर जैसे ये एक्शन वर्ड है, वैसे ही आप यूज कर सकते हो. शी एडवाइज्ड मी. तो जहां एक्शन है वो एस है, जहां नाउन है वो सी है. इन दोनों वर्ड्स को अब आप फिल करो और मुझे बताओ कमेंट्स में. शी डैश मी टू टेक हिज डैश ऑन मैनेजिंग टाइम बेटर. क्या आएगा यहाँ पे? सीई, SE, CE, SE. Do let me know in the comments. I'll wait for your answer. पता तो लगे आपको समझ आया भी या नहीं आया. Now the difference between these two words which are spelled differently, but still these two words confuse a lot of people. Principal, principal. Okay, let's see this. This word is a noun. इसका और कोई use है ही नहीं. PLE, PRINCIPLE. This is a noun. इसको हम वर्ब की तरह यूज नहीं कर सकते, एडजेक्टिव की तरह यूज नहीं कर सकते, इसको सिर्फ आप एक नेम की तरह यूज कर सकते हो. प्रिंसिपल इज अ रूल, इट्स अ रेगुलेशन, इट्स अ लॉ, इट्स अ फैक्ट, इट्स अ गाइडलाइन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपने SST में, अपने सोशल स्टडीज में बहुत बार पढ़ा होगा, द टॉप प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ UN कन्वेंशन आर, मतलब टॉप गाइडलाइंस और रूल्स ऑफ दिस थिंग आर. सो प्रिंसिपल with PLE is a rule. आप देखो, आप इन दोनों की स्पेलिंग में सिमिलैरिटी देखो. RULE, PLE, LELE. सो रूल, प्रिंसिपल, ये दोनों सेम होते हैं. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, he lives by the principle of honesty. He lives by the principle मतलब वो ऑनेस्टी के उसूलों पे अपना जीवन बिताता है. Okay, he is very honest person. So have you understood? If you are talking about a rule, LE, then you are talking about principle, LE. Now principal, actually it's not pronounced as that, I'm just telling you, but it is principle. Principle can be used in two ways. It can be used as a noun. Also it can be used as an adjective. वो बाद में देखते हैं, पहले ये देखते हैं. As a noun also it has two meanings. First meaning is very simple, जो हम सबको पता है. The head master of a school is known as a principal. मुझे याद है हमारे जो स्कूल की प्रिंसिपल थी, she once came to our class and she told us, please, whenever you are writing an application for me, don't write respected principal, write respected principal. And how can you remember it? She told me this trick. She told actually everyone this trick. PAL, PAL is also known as a friend. Friend का एक synonym होता है PAL. So उन्होंने बोला, I'm like your friend, although she was not at all like a friend. She was fierce. But she told us this thing that PAL is a friend And so principal is also a person who can be a friend. तो आपको ऐसे याद रखना है. I hope now you will also remember. So headmaster of a school is a principal with PAL. For example, the principal of the school gave an inspiring speech. One meaning is this as a noun. As a noun, another meaning is originally invested amount in money. जब आप जैसे आपने एक लोन लिया, ओके, अब आपको दो तरीकों से वो पैसा रिटर्न करना है. मतलब आपका जो अमाउंट है वो दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है. एक है ओरिजिनल अमाउंट जो आपने लोन लिया था. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपने 5 लाख का लोन लिया, ये हो गया आपका ओरिजिनल अमाउंट. जब बैंक से आपने लोन लिया तो बैंक आपसे इंटरेस्ट भी चार्ज करती है, तो आपको ओरिजिनल अमाउंट एंड प्लस इंटरेस्ट उसको पे करना है. तो वो जो ओरिजिनल अमाउंट होता है उसको हम बोलते हैं प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई पेड ऑफ द प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट ऑफ द लोन बट द इंटरेस्ट इज स्टिल ड्यू. मैंने ओरिजिनल अमाउंट मतलब मैंने प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट आई हैव पेड ऑफ बट माई इंटरेस्ट इज स्टिल due. I have to pay that. So this is another meaning of principal. Now the word principal can also be used as an adjective and इसका मतलब होता है original, first or most important thing. For example से समझ में आएगा. The principal reason for his success is hard work. उसकी success की most important reason क्या है? वो है hard work. And that is most important becomes principal. ये वाला principal नहीं. When you are talking about something that is most important or that is first or that is original, then you can use the word principal with AL. I hope you understood the difference. Main आपको याद रखना है when you are writing a letter to your school, to the principal of the school or college or university, or you are writing on behalf of your sibling or your child, please don't write PLE, write PAL. Now, stationery versus stationery. Again, what's the difference? It's only in one letter, A and E. But again, this difference of the letter makes a huge difference. So, something which is stationary is not moving or not changing. It's there. It's still, it's not moving. For example, a stationary train, how you can remember it? Think of where the train comes. It comes at a station. So, station एक जगह होता है, रुका रहता है. Station कहीं नहीं जाता, train उस तक move करके आती है. So, a stationary train means a train which is not moving. So, train वहां पे खड़ी हुई है, it's a stationary train. You can also say, house prices have been stationary for months. House के जो prices हैं, they have been stationary. ना बढ़ रहे हैं ना कम हो रहे हैं. They have been stationary for a month. So something which is not moving and not changing is stationary with A. Now stationary with E. It means the things needed for writing such as paper, pens, pencils and envelopes, means anything. The stationary items, pen, paper, copy, notebook, those things are known as stationery. For example, I got these pens at the stationery store. Now also please remember and also please notice, now when you go out nearby your home, check whether this is written or this is written at the stationery store where copy, pen, books are sold. The one which is nearby my house, on the board, this is written. So most of the people get confused in this also. It's a stationery store with E, not a stationery store with A. So stationery with A means something which is not moving, and stationery with E refers to items such as pen, paper, colors, etc. Okay, so these were some commonly confused words. If you find this video useful, do let me know in the comments so that I can make part 2 of this. If you want, I can make part 2 of this where I'll be explaining more commonly confused words. Otherwise, let me know what do you want to learn next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.